everyone, it's svgcoop.com with another training video for you, and today we are working on making a holiday tag that you can use to put on all of your gifts. It will be a very unique tag that only the people who receive from you will get. And so what we're going to do is we're using Photoshop today, and I have a document set up as a 12 by 12 300 resolution image. And I'm giving you this shape. It's just a basic shape for a tag. And what we're going to do is once you open it, we're going to click on the layer and we're just going to drag it up to our new document. And for the time being, we're just going to turn the eyeball off in your layers palette so you can't see it. If you can't see your layers, just go to Windows, Layers, and that window will pop up. And I'm just going to minimize that for a second. And we're going to, with our bottom layer selected, I'm going to grab my paint bucket and I'm going to double click on the white box here to change our foreground color, and I just want to come with a nice red. I'm going to hit OK and just fill in that bottom layer, and then we're going to create 3 more layers. The first layer, what I want to do is I'm going to grab my paintbrush tool, and I selected some paintbrushes that have a little bit of grunge to them, that type of thing. You can also use snow, so I think what I'll do is I think I'm going to grab the snow brush, and I'm using my right bracket to make it bigger. And I want to make the color of the snow a little bit darker red than what I had. I'm just going to hit OK and click that once. And then what I'm going to do is grab my brush again, and I'm going to this time grab, I want some snowflakes, so I have some snowflake brushes up here. And again, you can get these at Brush Easy. They have all kinds of free snowflakes and things like that that you can select if you want to. Okay, so I'm going to grab this one, but I'm going to make my red a little bit darker even. I'm going to make my brush a little bit bigger. I'm just going to start putting these around a little bit. For a second. And then I'm going to grab another brush. Let's get another snowflake in there just for a little variety. And I'm going to make this one just a little bit bigger, not too big. And I want to change my red again, a little bit darker. And I want to make this layer a little bit less opaque, so I'm just going to bring this down, let's see, to, I guess about a 45 looks good. Alright, so then we're going to do another layer, and this time I'm going to again grab my paintbrush, and I grabbed a couple of scratch type brushes, and if you type in scratch you should be able to find it, but I have like these Christmassy ones, so I'm just going to click on this one right here, and I'm going to make this bigger, big enough to fill the page. And again, I'm using my right bracket. Okay, and I'm going to make this red even darker. And again, I'm going to lower the opacity down. Actually, let's try this for a second. If we multiply it and then bring the opacity down. I'm going to go down to about a 20. Okay, and then our next layer, I want to actually have my paint color be white. And I'm going to grab my paintbrush. And I just think I'm going to go with, see. Maybe I'll put a little bit more snow on here just to make it a little more grungy. I'm going to make this a little bigger. Okay. And I want to lower the opacity on this as well, just a little bit. Okay, so down to about 25. Alright, next thing I want to do is I'm going to turn the eyeball back on for our tag. I had it set at about a 3.5, so I'm just going to leave it there at 3.5, and I'm just going to hold the Alt key, and I'm going to make multiple copies of this layer. Just going to click and drag, holding my Alt key, and we should be able to, well, you know, they're a little bit too big to do this, so I'm just going to I'm going to bring it down just a little bit so I can fit 4 on here. And then I'm going to shift select all 4 again. Holding the Alt key, I'm just going to bring down another layer. Select all 8 layers here. And we're going to go to Layer, Merge Layers. Then we're going to click the bottom 4 layers and do Layers, Merge Layers. And then with the top layer selected again, we're going to grab the magic wand tool and we're going to shift select all 8 tags here. Then we're going to go to Select Inverse, and we're going to grab our Erase tool, and we're going to click on the red layer, and we're just going to erase the background here. I'm going to make my brush a little bit bigger so this can go faster. So I'm just going to erase this. I'm going to grab my black arrow tool and I'm going to turn off the black eye layer. And you can see now we have these beautifully perfect cut tags. But we're not quite done yet, so I want to grab this little tool down here. It looks like a little hand, and we're just going to grab that. And we want to make sure our brush is set to this kind of a blended circle. So I'm just going to grab that, and I just want to go around the edges of each one of the tags. So I'm just going to kind of do this. It's called your burn tool. I'm just going to burn basically the edges of our tags, just to give it a nice kind of little detailed look here. So I'm just going to keep going around. And these tags will be very unique because whatever you decide to use to create your tags, nobody else will have them. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new layer, and I have a really adorable brush that I want to use. I'm going to grab my brush tool, go to my presets, and down at the bottom here I have this cute little Christmas tag brush. So I want to make my foreground white, and I'm going to bring this down so it fits right about across the bottom of each tag. So I'm just going to click on each one and add this to the bottom of my tags. And again, you can put anything you want. And if you wanted to at this point, you could add names on here. You could put to and from, whatever you wanted. So if we wanted to grab our text tool and just write on here to, oops, I'm just going to make this a little bit smaller. Just kind of go like that, and I'm going to make another one, put it down here, grab my text tool, just make this say from, and then you can shift select both of those, hold your Alt key, and just drag it to each card. Okay, and there you go. There's your Christmas or holiday tag cards. These are Christmas, but you could of course change them for Hanukkah or Kwanzaa or whatever holiday you like. Use different colors, different brushes. But it's a nice personalized tag that you can use. You can put your name on here, but it's a lot of fun. So I hope that you enjoyed that, and I hope that you enjoy your holiday tag project. All right, thanks for watching. We'll be back with more videos.